What if the love story you've been waiting for all summer ends in heartbreak? The trailer for The Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3, Episode 8 teases not just a finale, but the moment everything changes. This isn't just about Belly choosing between Conrad and Jeremiah anymore. It's about the end of a chapter, the last summer before life forces everyone to grow up, and the truth finally comes out. The trailer wastes no time reminding us where the story left off. After 7 episodes of tension, longing glances, and unspoken words, we've reached the boiling point. Belly has spent the summer caught in a storm of emotions, torn between two brothers who both represent different parts of her heart. On one side is Jeremiah, the steady comfort, the boy who's always been her safe place. On the other is Conrad, the quiet storm, the one she has loved for as long as she can remember, even when he kept pushing her away. But as this trailer plays, we see that the summer house, the place that once held memories of laughter and innocence, now feels heavy with unspoken truths. Every room carries a shadow of Susannah, and every scene reminds us that this family's story was built on love and loss. The finale will not only decide Belly's romantic fate, but also mark the end of a summer that can never be repeated. In one quick shot, we see Belly standing alone on the beach. The waves crash behind her, but her expression is distant, almost fragile. She's no longer just the girl dreaming about love. She's the girl who must face the consequences of choosing it. The trailer makes it clear, whatever decision she makes will not only shape her relationship with Conrad and Jeremiah, but will also change the way they see each other forever. This is not just a love triangle, it's the breaking of a family bond. And the pain that follows will linger long after the finale fades to black. The beauty of the trailer lies in its silence. There are no words needed when Jeremiah looks at Belly like she's already slipping away, or when Conrad's eyes flash with that mix of longing and regret. These expressions say more than dialogue ever could. It's as if the characters know they're on the edge of something final, something they can't undo. And that's what makes this finale so powerful. It isn't about who wins Belly's heart. It's about what each character is willing to lose for love. As the trailer unfolds, it becomes clear that the finale is not about fantasy anymore. It's about reality. The reality of heartbreak. The reality of choosing one path and closing the door on another. The reality that sometimes love isn't enough to keep people together. Belly's summer may have started with light, but now the shadows of her choices are everywhere. This setup leaves us with one haunting question. When the sun sets on this final episode, will Belly's story end with love or with regret? Every love story has a breaking point. In The Summer I Turned Pretty, that breaking point has always been waiting between Conrad and Jeremiah. For years, their bond as brothers was unshakable, built on shared memories, inside jokes, and the kind of connection only siblings can understand. But this summer has been different. This summer, the line between brotherhood and rivalry has blurred, and now, in the trailer for Episode 8, we finally see that fragile bond beginning to shatter. The trailer hints at a moment fans have feared and anticipated in equal measure. Conrad and Jeremiah face each other not as brothers, but as rivals in love. The tension has been building for weeks, with Jeremiah finally stepping out of Conrad's shadow and demanding to be seen as Belly's choice, not just the boy she leans on when Conrad pulls away. For Jeremiah, this is about more than romance. It's about being valued for who he is, not who he isn't. Every glance in the trailer, every sharp movement of his body, carries years of unspoken frustration. Why is it always him? Why do I always come second? Conrad, on the other hand, has always been the harder puzzle to solve. He is quiet, guarded, often unreadable. But in this trailer, something shifts. His silence isn't just a defense anymore, it's desperation. His eyes, usually cold or distant, now burn with emotion. He knows he's losing Belly, and for the first time, he looks like he might fight for her. The problem is, it may already be too late. One shot in the trailer stands out. Conrad and Jeremiah standing across from each other. Their shoulders tense, their faces hard. Belly is caught between them, her eyes darting as if she knows that no matter what happens, she can't fix this. The unspoken truth hangs heavy in the air. This isn't just about her. It's about the years of resentment building between these brothers, The years they pretended everything was fine while Susannah was alive. The years they ignored the cracks in their relationship because family always came first. Now, with Susannah gone and Belly at the center of it all, the cracks are breaking wide open. The trailer doesn't show us everything, but it shows us enough to understand the stakes. A slammed door, a raised voice, a lingering silence, they all tell the same story. This is no longer a love triangle. It's a war, and the battlefield is not just Belly's heart, it's the Fisher family itself. And in wars like this, there are no real winners. Jeremiah's pain is raw. He loves with his whole heart, and for him, Belly is not just a summer crush. She's proof that he's enough, that someone sees him fully. Conrad's love, though quieter, runs just as deep. For him, Belly is not just a girl. She is the only person who has ever understood the boy beneath the armor. The boy who feels too much but shows too little. Two brothers, one love, and a future that cannot hold them both. The brilliance of the trailer is how it refuses to give away the outcome. We see flashes of emotion, Jeremiah's voice breaking, Conrad's jaw tightening, but never the resolution. It's as if the trailer wants us to suffer alongside Belly, to feel her impossible choice as if it were our own. And maybe that's the point. There is no right choice. No matter who Belly chooses, someone walks away shattered. This moment between Conrad and Jeremiah is about more than romance. It's about identity, grief, and the unspoken scars of growing up too fast. It's about two boys who lost their mother, who never learned how to grieve properly, who poured all of their broken pieces into the same girl without realizing the damage it would cause. And now, in this finale, the cost of that choice comes due. The trailer shows us the storm, but it doesn't show us who will survive it. That's the beauty and the tragedy of this story. By the time the credits roll on episode 8, Conrad and Jeremiah will no longer be the same brothers we met at the start of the summer. They will either be closer than ever or broken beyond repair, and Belly? She will carry the weight of that outcome forever. Every story in the summer I turned pretty has been haunted by one named Susannah. Even though she is gone, her presence lingers in every frame of this season, and the trailer for the finale makes sure we don't forget that. This isn't just Belly's love story or Conrad and Jeremiah's rivalry. At its heart, this is about a family shaped and forever changed by the woman who held them together. The finale feels like a goodbye, not only to one summer but to her memory as well. The trailer quietly layers this theme through its visuals. A glimpse of the beach house at dusk, its windows glowing like fading lanterns, reminds us of the summers when Susannah's laughter filled every corner. We hear her absence in the silence. Between characters, in the way Laurel watches her daughter with worried eyes, in the way the boys hesitate before speaking, as though still expecting their mother to step in and smooth everything over. But she can't. This summer, they are forced to stand without her, and the cracks in their world are widening. Susannah's presence is most deeply felt in the choices each character makes. Belly still clings to the image of the summers when love was simple, when she believed the future could be painted in golden light. Her nostalgia for Susannah fuels her determination to keep the Fisher family close, but it also blinds her. She doesn't want to let go of that dream, even when reality demands it. Jeremiah, too, is driven by Susannah's love. He remembers her as the mother who always noticed him, always lifted him up when he felt overlooked. Choosing Belly isn't just about romance, it's about holding on to the validation. Susannah gave him his whole life, and Conrad's grief runs deeper than words. Susannah was the one person he let himself be vulnerable with, the only one who understood the boy behind the armor. Losing her hardened him, but it also left him terrified of losing anyone else. That's why he pushes Belly away, why he hides his feelings. Loving her feels like standing on the edge of another cliff, one step away from heartbreak. But in this trailer, we see his mask slipping. His grief collides with his love, and for the first time, he looks like he's ready to stop running. The emotional tone of the trailer mirrors these layers of grief and longing. It's not just the words or the shots, it's the silences. A close-up of Belly's trembling hands. A shot of Jeremiah staring out at the ocean, lost in thought. Conrad's face illuminated by the soft glow of the house, his eyes shadowed but full of meaning. Even the music in the background feels heavy, not light and playful like the summers before. Instead, it's bittersweet, almost aching, as though the soundtrack itself knows that something is ending. Family is at the heart of this finale, and the trailer makes that clear. It isn't only about who Belly will choose, it's about how these choices ripple through everyone connected to her. Laurel, who is watching her daughter repeat patterns of love and heartbreak. She knows all too well. Stephen, who has been both brother and protector, caught in the crossfire of emotions he doesn't always understand but feels deeply nonetheless. Even side characters carry the weight of Susannah's absence. Each of them is walking through this finale not just as individuals, but as fragments of a family trying to hold on to each other in the wake of loss. What makes this trailer so unique is how it blurs the line between love story and elegy. It's not only a romance, it's a remembrance. Every kiss, every argument, every tear is drenched in the memory of Susannah. The characters are not only fighting for love, they're fighting to preserve the home she built, the traditions she started, the sense of belonging that came alive each summer. Without her, every relationship feels more fragile, every choice more permanent. By centering Susannah's presence, the trailer reminds us that this finale is not just about endings, but about legacies. The summer house, the beach, the long nights of laughter, these were her gifts, her way of binding everyone together. Now, her children, biological and chosen, must decide what to carry forward. Will Belly's decision honor that legacy, or fracture it? Will Conrad and Jeremiah ever forgive each other, or will Susannah's memory be the last thing that still connects them? The beauty and tragedy of this story is that Susannah will never truly leave. She lives in every glance, in every word, in every moment where the characters still reach for the love she taught them to believe in. And as the finale trailer makes painfully clear, saying goodbye to summer means saying goodbye to her all over again. This is not just the end of a season. It's the end of an era. Every trailer hides secrets. But this one feels like it's hiding something bigger than just who Belly ends up with. The finale of the Summer I Turned Pretty Season 3 is being teased not as a conclusion but as a turning point. The images are fleeting, the dialogue clipped, yet the weight of each moment presses down like the tide before a storm. Fans know the books give us one version of the ending, but television often bends the path, adding unexpected twists. And so we're left to wonder, what does this finale really hold? The most obvious prediction is the question everyone has asked from the beginning: who will Belly choose? But the trailer suggests this choice is not as simple as it seems. Belly stands between Conrad and Jeremiah, her face conflicted, her body tense, as if she understands that no matter what, the decision will break something important. If she chooses Jeremiah, she risks confirming Conrad's deepest fear that he is destined to lose the people he loves. If she chooses Conrad, she risks repeating the same cycle of heartbreak that pushed them apart before. And if she chooses no one at all? That could be the most painful choice of all, because it means admitting that love, as beautiful as it is, cannot heal every wound. But beyond romance, the finale feels like it's asking bigger questions. What does it mean to grow up? To accept that summers don't last forever, that innocence fades, that grief changes everything? Belly's story is no longer just about her heart, it's about her becoming the person she's meant to be. The trailer shows her on the beach, her eyes full of determination. It's the look of someone who knows that the summer of pretending is over. This choice will define not just her relationships, but her future self. One possible outcome is that Belly chooses Jeremiah, the boy who has always given her light and warmth. His love is easy, open, steady, the kind of love that feels safe. But in that safety lies a question: is it enough? The trailer hints at Jeremiah's desperation, his fear of losing her, and while his love is powerful, it may also be fragile, built on the need to be chosen. Choosing him could mean a future of stability, but perhaps not the passion Belly secretly longs for. The other possibility, of course, is Conrad, the boy of her childhood dreams, the one who has hurt her the most, but also the one she cannot seem to let go of. The trailer shows his walls crumbling, his emotions raw. It's the side of Conrad fans have been waiting for, the boy who finally admits what she means to him. Choosing him could mean fire, passion, and the depth of a love that feels destined. But it could also mean risk the risk that he pulls away again, the risk that heartbreak will repeat. And then there is the unspoken third option, Belly walking away from both of them. The trailer never explicitly says it, but the imagery suggests it could happen. The way she stands alone on the beach, the way her face is framed in solitude, it feels like foreshadowing. Maybe this finale isn't about ending up with someone. Maybe it's about Belly choosing herself. Choosing to stop living in the shadow of Susannah Summers, choosing to grow into her own person. It would be the boldest, most unexpected ending, and it would open the door for Season 4 to explore love in a brand new way. What's certain is that no matter what, this finale will leave scars. Conrad and Jeremiah's brotherhood may never be the same again. Belly's innocence, that dreamy hope that love is always magical, will be gone. Even Laurel and Stephen will feel the ripple effects of what happens in this final episode. Because when someone chooses, someone else loses, and in this case, it's not just a love lost, it's a family broken. The trailer wants us to hold our breath. It wants us to believe that anything could happen. And maybe that's the truth in love. Stories like this, there are no clean endings, only bittersweet ones. Whether Belly chooses Conrad, Jeremiah, or herself, the finale will remind us of the lessons Susannah left behind. Love is worth everything. Even when it hurts, even when it ends. So when the credits roll on episode 8, don't expect a perfect resolution, expect tears, expect heartbreak. Expect the kind of ending that lingers, the kind that makes you stare at the screen long after the last frame fades. Because this finale isn't just about who Belly loves, it's about how love changes. US shapes us and sometimes breaks us, and maybe, just maybe, that's what makes it beautiful.